Most people think they're building a brand when in reality they just have a page that looks like everyone else's. It's hard to accept that at the start, but once I started generating millions of views and growing pages to hundreds of thousands of followers, there was a huge difference between simply reposting content like everyone else and creating a style people actually recognize. So watch this video until the end and I will show you how to turn your page into something that feels unique, recognizable, and like an actual brand. So whether people are having a personal brand, a theme page, or their business account, the reason they fail to grow is because they make the process way more complicated than it needs to be. They think they need the perfect editing style, the perfect strategy, the perfect branding, and the perfect content before they can even start posting consistently. But in reality, that mindset usually just leads to overthinking and procrastination. I used to do the exact same thing. I would spend hours trying new editing styles, watching endless tutorials, and constantly changing the way I made content because I thought there was always some better strategy out there. Meanwhile, simple videos from other creators were outperforming me over and over again. And eventually, I realized something important. Most successful pages don't grow because they're doing the most complicated things. They grow because they found a simple system that works, and they stayed consistent with it. The goal is not to make content more complicated. The goal is to make content easier to repeat consistently, because simple systems scale much faster than complicated ones. Another mistake a lot of people make is trying too hard to be overly creative from the beginning. And don't get me wrong, creativity is extremely important when it comes to content creation. But if you don't yet understand why certain content performs well, trying to constantly reinvent everything usually just turns into guessing. The goal at the start isn't to create something nobody has ever seen before. The goal is to understand what already works. I began analyzing things like the hook, the pacing, the captions, the storytelling, and the overall structure of the videos that were already performing well. And after a while, I started noticing patterns. The biggest creators in almost every niche weren't necessarily creating new concepts every day. Most of them were simply taking proven ideas and presenting them in their own style. And that's when my content finally started improving consistently. You don't need to copy people, but you do need to understand what already works. Because once you understand the structure behind successful content, it becomes much easier to create your own version of it. Now, this is where a lot of people make the next mistake. They finally find content that works. They study successful videos and then they can directly copy everything one-to-one. Same captions, same music, same editing, same style. But if your page looks exactly like everybody else's, there's no reason for people to remember you. That's something I had to learn myself at the beginning. Whenever I saw a viral video, I thought, perfect. I will just recreate this exactly the same way. And sometimes this video would still perform decently, but my page never felt unique. It just felt like another copy in the niche. Then over time, I started changing small things. I added my own captions, my own pacing, my own music, my own transitions, and eventually my own overall style. And slowly people started recognizing my content without even needing to see the username first. That's when I realized the difference between simply reposting and actually building a recognizable page. The goal is not to copy content. The goal is to take inspiration from what already works and then add your own identity on top of it. Because successful pages usually follow similar principles, but the pages people actually remember always have their own style behind them. So if you feel overwhelmed right now, simplify the process. Stop trying to master everything at once. Focus on understanding content, staying consistent, and improving gradually over time. Because most successful pages aren't built through one perfect idea. They're built through repetition, clarity, and consistency. But now that you understand how to simplify content creation and build consistency, the next step is learning how to create videos that people emotionally connect with. Because attention alone isn't enough anymore. So watch the next video over here where I break down how to create perfect hooks so no person will ever skip your video again.